It really was.
No, that was the thing. It was really smart, really well written, and it did what is very difficult for a screenplay to do, and it's to be masterful on so many levels, right? Usually if you get an action movie, the action's fantastic, but then the characters, the relationships are ridiculous. Yeah. But this on all levels, it's like the cons were as good as you'll ever see in any movie. Yeah. And then the relationship was deeply rooted in real human issues, authenticity versus deception, and how those two things play on love. So it was just on a lot of levels. It was really well done.
Yeah. I've been just, summarizing it as Jess is an amateur pickpocket, and Nikki is a.
She's like a race. She's a race skank.
She's not.
she's a. Well, no, that's what.
I'm not a race skank. No, she's a bit rough around the edges. Nikki's obviously a lot more elegant with his cons and kind of takes her under his wing, and she's keen to learn anything she can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my character Nikki, he's a lifer in the con game. He grew up in the world. A part of him was never completely built for this world. It's not something he finds natural. He's really good at it, but he struggles with the inauthenticity of it, and you meet him in the beginning of the film, and there's just a little something that's missing from his life, and blam, there it is.
Yeah, and then she walks in,
and the girl walks in. Absolutely.
Yeah, John and Glenn said that from the start.
Yeah, it's a love story.
That's the best way to get an audience to emotionally invest in a film, is to have a love story. If they genuinely want two characters to be together at the end of the day, then they will ride through any journey to see that happen, and they will watch them make mistakes and forgive them for it, because they want them to be together.
You know what my theory is?
What?
There is no other kind of movie. Every movie's a love story.
Yeah.
Whether
it's like every song's about love.
Right. Whether it's in Bad Boys, it's a love story between two. It's a bromance. Yeah. We ride together, we die together. Bad Boys for life. Ooh. You knew that.
Why haven't we done that before? That was so cool.
That was cool, right? It felt good.
So good.
But everything is about human relationships, and if we can, what John and Glenn did with Focus that was great is they didn't let it slip into being a heist movie. It didn't slip into being a con movie, and that's such a difficult, especially with the quality of the cons in this movie.
Because then if the con didn't work out at the end of the day, you would have lost the audience.
Right.
But you get to the end of this movie and you don't care what happens with all that. You just want the characters to have each other.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really, I really liked learning that stuff. It was really interesting.
Yeah, I was just shocked by the level of psychology and the depth of understanding of human behavior and the human brain. It goes, beyond conning, and it goes beyond a heist into brain science, and how a human mind, it was really a profoundly complex experience. Everybody's running a con, and that was one of the first things Apollo said. Everybody's running a con. Everything. There is a certain thing that people want, and they're going to do what they need to do to get the thing that they want, right? So people are going to wear the clothes, people are going to do their hair, people are going to say the things they need to get the things that they want, whether they're authentic or not. Yeah. And he said that, so at the core of human interaction is a con.
No, it was an incredible cast, an incredible crew. The crew always gets overlooked when it gets to junket times and you're doing the press for things. We are just such a tiny part of what happened, like what goes into making this, and then a lot of the time get a lot of the credit. So no, that we had a really good crew.
Adrian and Mac, and just a beautiful cast of characters that really brought these roles to life. And what was great with Glenn and John is they give you room. Okay, so that's the screenplay. Got it. We got that line.
They have a very strong vision, and they're not afraid
and then let you
to
go.
Get something else.
Let you go. What else? What do you have? And Adrian was really game for that. He was like, I don't think there's a line that he says.
I just lost it. Everything he said just had me in stitches.
Yeah.
It was really great.
It was really, really a great cast.
That's really rare. I just did a film that took place in the Congo and we shot it in London. So, I mean, they can make anywhere look like anything. I think John and Glenn had a big influence on the fact that we shot actually in the locations.
Those are some light-skinned Africans in that movie.
They really wanted to go to Buenos Aires and New Orleans, so we were lucky to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, it so adds another element.
It does.
It's
plus shooting in New York too.
Yeah,
it's like you can't. People recreate New York in LA or somewhere else. It's never the same vibe. It just doesn't have that. There's an energy in the air in cities like that, and it's palpable. You can feel it.
I learned that Michael Mann taught me that on Ali. We shot Ali in 7 different cities on multiple continents. And what happens is when the actors all have to get on an airplane together and go to a place, you're actually experiencing what the characters had to experience. The characters had to get on a plane and fly there and check.
Be alone and be isolated from like the things they used to.
And it adds to the comprehension of the characters' experiences, and you just get colors and tastes that you wouldn't have if you were shooting on a back lot.
Yeah. They edit as they go as well. So each night after shooting, they're editing. So they're like a well-oiled machine. They have their process down.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised it turned out as good as it did because they're incredibly, they work well.
All of the phases of filmmaking have huge pitfalls, and at any point in the process, you can ruin a movie. So it's always a minor miracle when
a movie turns out well. It's a miracle it gets off the ground to begin with. There's so many things that go into it.
But the actual editing, as compared to what we shot and then what they put together, it's
sometimes can be totally different.
Yeah, and they
that's what helps though. They wrote it, directed
it. They wrote it,
had a big part of editing it. There's other editors as well, but they had a lot of creative control over the process from start to finish.
Yeah, so it is completely their vision.
Yeah.